Welcome back to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
You're like Googling all the science.
Yeah, I love
children.
science. Biology was my favorite thing in high school.
That's what happens when you put two multi-potentialites together. We get to talk about all kinds of fun things.
We get geeked on everything.
and learning is important, and that's why we get to talk with our friends from Lutheran Elementary School Association next. Really fun, big event here in St. Louis. And so in studio with us today, Sue Nahmensen, CEO of Lutheran Elementary School Association. Sue, always a pleasure to have you in studio today. Thanks for bringing some friends over.
Well, thanks, Andy.
Brought along with
Thanks, Sarah. We're thrilled to be here, and I'm just so happy to have two new friends with me today.
Wonderful. So, Katie Foristal, teacher at Christ Community Lutheran School here in Kirkwood.
I work on curriculum and instruction with the teachers and with the kids.
Thanks so much for coming over today.
Thanks.
And we have Stephanie Silbey in studio today. Stephanie, thanks for coming over today. A parent of a student in a Lutheran school here in the St. Louis area.
Yes, I have two kids in Messiah Lutheran Church, or Messiah Lutheran School in Weldon Spring.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for coming over today. Let's start with Katie, and we'll talk about how, what do Lutheran teachers need today to be their best? And then we'll talk about how LESA helps you do that.
I do think Lutheran teachers are different from public teachers, not by trade, but we have the luxury of just being able to talk about Jesus every day, all day long. But our teachers still do need that oomph and that get it done and all that inspiration and just professional development. We need that camaraderie. We need those little fun happy hours on Friday afternoon like everybody does. We do pretty well, but we are like any normal teacher, and we need all those peps and those fun activities and fun extra professional development that comes our way.
How does LESA help Lutheran school teachers be their best and perform their best in their vocation?
I will just say this. We kicked off, LESA kicked off the year with Gary Brooks, who is a well-known educator. And I don't know how the girls and guys did this, but it was phenomenal. I can't even tell you. I have dear friends in the public school system, and I'm like, you guys, you have no idea who's here. And they even said, they were like, what in the world? How did you guys get him? And I'm like, I don't know, but we are lucky.
Did he talk about the free table, y'all?
You know what? I think he probably did. He is just a hoot. And, it doesn't matter. Lutheran, Catholic, public, it was awesome. It was a great beginning to our school year. And just the educators in the room it was awesome.
Okay, a little background here.
I'm outside of the loop on this one.
Mr. Brooks,
a good one.
Mr. Brooks is an educator and also a Facebook video sensation.
Oh,
and
now I understand.
Can relate to fellow teachers and parents. So the free table is a reference to the table that happens in every school and even here in the building where like free things end up.
I love that table.
Yeah, but things just start to pile up after a while, and especially around the end of the school year.
And I am the person that he references to. I will look at it for about an hour, and I'm like, oh, that's going to Goodwill, and I will be the one that will hide it in my car and drop it off at Goodwill for somebody else to use it because it is in better hands with someone else.
So having a workshop like that with someone who could relate to being able to network with other teachers and being able to support one another and encourage one another and also professional development in terms of the latest resources and in terms of education and technology that makes a difference in the classrooms as well. I know LESA does an outstanding job of providing those resources to you. Let's move to the parent perspective. Mm-hmm. Stephanie, why is it important to you to partner with a Lutheran school for your child's education?
Well, my kids, I've had nothing but great experiences in the public sector. My kids have mostly been in public school. This is their first year in a Lutheran school, but we've been members at our church for about 4 years, and it's just such a joyful environment that to be able to have them in that environment 6 days a week is just phenomenal. I love that they have theological discussions on the way home from school. It's just it's a lot of fun.
What difference has it made for your kids? What have they told you about their time in a Lutheran school?
They I think just the fact that they have more discussions, it's just very interesting to kind of overhear things coming from the back seat that I didn't hear before, like trying to figure out if our dog is going to heaven or not. And that's just sort of they're immersed in, in the gospel every day. And I just noticed that it's, even in the 2 or 3 months that we've been there, it's just they've been more, their faith is really developing.
Yeah. It's a really cool thing when you see that kids are absorbing what they're being taught, and then speaking that out again, just in their daily lives and their daily interactions.
Yes,
that's very cool. What difference has it made for you as a parent to have your kids in a Lutheran school?
Well, I actually work at Messiah Lutheran Church, so having my kids in the same building with me is really it's really neat, and just having them close by, knowing that they're in good hands all day long, and I'm not worried about them. It's it's just from a parent's perspective, that's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, for many of us as parents with students in Lutheran schools, it's nice to be able to you go to church with the people that are teaching your children. You know what your child is learning because you're connected beyond just the classroom, but also on Sunday and fellowship events, and just the whole congregational life for many of us.
Oh, yes.
It makes a difference. How has LESA helped you to make Lutheran education a possibility for your family?
My kids, both of them, receive a grant from LESA, so it actually wouldn't be possible for them to be in a Lutheran school if it wasn't for LESA.
Thanks be to God. Well, LESA has an outstanding event coming up in the very near future to be able to provide these resources like professional development for educators and scholarships, grants for students as well. Sue, tell us about Brew in the Lou coming up very soon.
Next Saturday, October 12th.
And the weather looks good.
Yes, it does. Katie, check the weather, so we should be good to go. 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, Francis Park. We still have some wristbands available. It's an all-inclusive price. You come in and have 4 hours of sampling some of St. Louis' best brews, wines, non-alcoholic beverages, and all kinds of food. We're really blessed this year to have brought in some new food vendors. We have Philly Pretzel Factory, Colonel Cobb's Kettle Corn, Pappy's Smokehouse is in this year, Oakville Butcher Shop. So you'll have, plenty to eat, plenty to drink. Obviously, the weather is going to be perfect for this event.
Has to be.
And, we're just excited to be able to host. And, this gives us a platform to talk about Lutheran education on a lot of different media outlets that we typically don't have. As you all know, it's often difficult to talk about faith-based education in a public forum. And this fundraising event is our second largest each year. We do it every second Saturday in October. Brings in a significant amount of funding for our tuition assistance scholarships, and also for the educational support programming that we do for our 31 Lutheran Elementary Schools and 3 Lutheran High Schools. So it's an important event for us, gives us that opportunity to share the blessings of Lutheran education with the entire St. Louis community around this festival. So we're just really happy to be able to host, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to share with your listeners.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's October in St. Louis. What could go wrong with the weather?
After today's 90-degree weather,
to 70 tomorrow.
It'll be 70.
It's fine.
Keep those prayers going, okay, for that great weather.
Tell us a little bit more about the scholarship opportunities for kids, what this fundraising actually means for families like Stephanie's.
Well, and, Stephanie, thank you again for sharing your story with us. Many children in St. Louis, many of their parents don't choose Lutheran education because, as we all know, most of our schools are tuition-based now, and the rising cost of providing the excellent programming, retaining excellent quality teachers, continues to grow, just like in any other industry. And it's often difficult for our congregations to keep up with that proportionate support. So a lot of the cost these days is falling back on the parent in tuition. And we have been able to provide, in the 16 years that we have been blessed to serve the community, of our schools over $5.5 million in tuition assistance to over 3,300 individual students, giving them that opportunity to hear the gospel every day, just like you said, Stephanie. And, you're immersed in that faith family. You see these families 5 days a week. You worship with them on Sunday. They really do become your family. And it's just a very different environment for the parents, for the students, and I'm sure for the teachers.
Well, and you don't have
there.
to be of Lutheran faith.
No, you don't.
Which is another bonus.
Yes, and it's a great
bonus.
Great outreach. And our scholarships go to children from all faith backgrounds and even many children who don't have a faith home, which is a wonderful opportunity for our teachers to share the gospel and have that outreach opportunity.
So Brew and Lou coming up October 12th at Francis Park. To get wristbands, there are some wristbands still available.
There are, yes. You can purchase online.
Okay. Very good. And where do we find that?
Our website, LESA.stl.org. That's LESA.stl.org. You can call our office at 314-200-0797. And are probably linked through our Facebook page as well. I know we have a lot of Facebook posts going on right now about Brew. It's become a big event in the community.
I need to share that on my Facebook page.
There you
Please
go.
do. All of you, please get on Facebook and share that out.
And we'll provide the link in our program notes as well today so that folks can find that link right to Brew and the Lou on the LESA, LESA.stl.org website as well. What are you looking forward to most at Brew and the Lou this year?
I think just that opportunity to greet, a lot of our donors will be there. And I want everyone to know that none of this is possible. Of course, God's grace and mercy on this ministry has just been tremendous. Our wonderful donors and event guests provide those resources that make all of these programs possible, our scholarships, our educational support programs. So it's just a great opportunity to say thank you to our donors, to our wonderful sponsors. Our presenting sponsors this year are Thrivent and Jack and Nancy Gerber. They've been with us for many years. We have some awesome new sponsors and, just that opportunity to say thank you and, to help them realize what they're doing and how they're impacting the lives of families and kids in our community. And, not just for today, but for eternity. And that's the important piece.
Stephanie, Katie, Sue, thank you so much for being here today. God's blessings on the upcoming Brew and the Lou. Thank you for sharing your stories today on the Coffee Hour.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.